Hey, Matthew, Lilley here again. We're talking about leading spirit-led worship, and we're on spiritual foundations. We talked about intimacy with God, and I want to talk about on this video the idea of a lifestyle of worship, because before we can lead worship, before we can begin to be led by His Spirit to lead powerful, prophetic, spontaneous, life-giving, powerful worship, we have to have our spiritual foundations in place, or it's not going to be real and it's not going to be what we're longing for. And so when we look at the scriptures and we begin to study worship, it's very interesting because worship is not always just an event or a service or a gathering or a song, but worship in a broad sense is our entire lives. Romans chapter 12 verse 1 says, in view of God's mercy, to offer your lives as living sacrifices before God, and that this is your spiritual act of worship. And so as worship leaders, a key foundation before we even get into the crazy, wild, prophetic stuff that we want is, are our entire lives laid down before God? Are we not just delegating church times or our quiet times or whatever it may be to the Lord, but is everything surrendered to Him? Is every moment, is every decision done through the lens of God? We want you to have your glory in our life. We're submitted to you. You're our Lord. You're our King. We want everything to be done as unto you. Just like it says in Colossians 3:23, everything you do it as unto the Lord. And so before we can lead these moments of corporate worship when the church gathers together and we sing and we encounter God's presence, and those are amazing, but before we even get to that, are all of our lives living before God, and is everything we do as unto Him, as a lifestyle of worship. And that is such an important foundation that's going to allow us to really flow in the spirit-led worship that we desire.